Jasmine from Tallahassee, Florida. Wildwood Fury, a young 4-year-old dark bay gelding. And Jasmine, we have your music queued up. Whenever you're ready, give us the signal and we will get you started. So this was a pair we really enjoyed earlier, competing in the dressage finals, finishing in 3rd place, Wildwood Fury and Jasmine Slater.
And this pair had a lovely demo in freestyle. I think we're going to see a lot of the same movements, but in freestyle there are compulsory movements that are required that she did show in dressage, and this is just a truly lovely horse, so it's very easy to display some really nice movements with him.
Jasmine is an amateur. She's a working student at Southern Oaks Equestrian in Tallahassee, Florida, which is owned by Marcia Hartford Sapp. And she rode with a really beautiful level of professionalism earlier in spite of being an amateur, and she looks beautiful out there now. Her hands sit just perfectly on this horse.
Yes, very light hands, balanced seat, and you can see her horse quite appreciates that. I'd love to see a little bit of variability, maybe send her forward, set her back, open and close a little bit. To demonstrate rideability and the variation in his movement. Right there, lovely trot, lovely canter, but she's keeping him at the same rhythm the whole time in the freestyle. Even some in the dressage, you want to see some of those changes and see how well the horse moves, lengthening and shortening.
That was a really nice left turn in the right lead, or I'm sorry, right turn in the left lead. See, I get it confused and I'm sitting here ringside.
As much as possible, I try to use inside and outside versus left and right, because I'll
Good call.
Guaranteed normally get them wrong as well.
The winner of the Thoroughbred Makeover Championship Award yesterday was the winner in this discipline for the class of 2020, Thunderous Affair, and Lindsay Partridge also winning in competitive trail.
Very nice connection between this pair. Very simple upward and downward changes. Really nice and fluid from that relaxed trot right into a nice, easy, now free walk. That's the stretch we're looking for. As he down, nose out, and as he's stretching for that contact, he's still looking for that connection.
Yeah, and now that you say it, I
30
can
seconds.
see it. He's just waiting for her to put a little connection onto the bridle and bit and tell him what to do. Well, they certainly are beautiful.
Great way to finish their routine. Wildwood Fury and Jasmine Slater. So it's been a great week for Jasmine and Wildwood Fury. Finalists in dressage where they finished third and coming in fifth place in freestyle. Next in the ring, we'll have number 2124, Iced Coffee, a horse that is for sale as part of the ASPCA Makeover Marketplace. Ridden by James Wagner from Mechanicsville, Maryland. And this is an 8-year-old war horse, 56 starts, 9 wins, 27 top 3 finishes, $172,000 in earnings before retiring in just May of this year. So on the track until just a few months ago was Iced Coffee. The rider says he loves the challenge of getting young horses started and problem solving with rescue horses. And now the head trainer at Last Chance Animal Rescue in Maryland. And when you're ready for your music, let us know and we'll get you started.
And he gets right into it, showing some lateral movement. He asks specifically for his music to be loud.
I'm sorry, Ashley, I couldn't hear what you said.
They said to crank it. A nice pirouette on the haunches. Showing the compulsory movements, you did need to back up.
Very scary.
Pew pew.
He really is a good shot. Thankfully. We
Oh,
were a
good.
little worried there for a while.
The zombie apocalypse.
Although
is
the
over.
zombies didn't seem overly aggressive.
That little one was really coming for him.
Good boy.
I liked how he took an extra second to just give his horse a little kiss.
Yeah.
Little bit of distraction there. He's doing a good job of keeping
Well,
attention on him.
anybody who's ever ridden a grain horse says, he sees dead people. And this horse really does see dead people right now, as far as he's concerned. It's a good boy.
That shows a good partnership there.
30 seconds.
And there's a scene for you guys.
Those people are really doing a great job of playing dead.
Well, that's a way to make an entrance and an exit and survive a zombie apocalypse as well.
I think the dead people deserve a round of applause also. Well done.
Jimmy Wagner from Mechanicsville, Maryland, with iced coffee and that Steady Eddie horse is for sale as part of the ASPCA Makeover Marketplace. The war horse that made 56 starts on the track, and that's a horse that retired from racing in just May of this year. Entering the arena next, number 2130. The horse is Indica, a young 4-year-old dark bay gelding, owned and trained by junior rider Allison McHattie from Peterborough, Ontario. Competing this week in freestyle and competitive trail. Indica just 4 starts on the track in Ontario, Canada at Woodbine in 2019. Came off the track December of 2019. And Allison, whenever you're ready, give us the signal and we'll start your music for you.
This one looks like it's going to be fun. You see this horse also competed in competitive trail, and one of the compulsory requirements there is side passing over a pole. So they've practiced that and just add some floaties onto them.
And I love that he's dressed up like a car, but the blanket underneath also keeps him from feeling that on his belly just a little bit.
I'm sure he's been well sacked out for that. And I think that's just a halter too. It doesn't look like there's any bit in his mouth. And Allison is a student of Lindsay's who won yesterday. And you can see their horses have similar demeanors.
Yeah, absolutely. Yesterday we saw Lindsay using the blue tarp, and you can tell this horse has definitely had plenty of blue tarps and black tarps and any other kind that you can imagine around him. As you said, he's been sacked out plenty of times in advance of this. Nothing seems to faze him.
One thing I do like about this routine is there are those compulsory requirements, and a lot of the people you've seen come in are in kind of a rush to get those in right at the beginning. And this is placed out really well, where there's some entertainment value, and then they go do some circles and come back and have some more fancy, fun moves, and they've put it all in a bit more of a flow.
Horse and rider really have a beautiful connection here.
30 seconds.
He heard you, Jonathan. I think he thought they were done. He's got the idea.
He's trying.
Yes. A little stronger execution, but he's making the move.
And that is the time for Allison McHattie and Indica, and we're at about 50 seconds to clear the arena for the 8 minutes.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, there was a good showmanship there. Is one thing that I think is really important in this is it's not just going through the patterns, but there's a good showmanship.
Let's hear it for Indica and Allison McHattie Jr. coming from north of the border in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada.
Just let the judges know they are going to be over, and we will let them know by how much. Ryan, did you hear that? Ryan, can you hear me? They are over, and we'll let you know how much. We just want to make sure the judges are aware of that. They're 23 seconds over. 23.
So after some high-spirited performances, we have one more to go in the TCA covered arena for Freestyle, sponsored by New Start. And it will come from number 2195, Papa Al, who is ridden by Jody Bush. Nine-year-old bay gelding, bred in California, so eligible for the California Bred Award. Final furlong assisted in the rehoming of this horse that is competing in both freestyle and ranch work.
So, Ashley, it looks like he has a set of reins and a hackamore on the horse. So it looks like he has reins attached to a bit that he's not currently using in a hackamore. Is that correct, or am I not seeing that correctly? Or is it all a hackamore?
Yes, there's two options. It's the Bozell. It's not even the hackamore with the rest. The Bozell, I guess, can be considered a hackamore. And then there is a rein connected to the bit as well. That one she is not using right now.
Equipment I've never seen at the racetrack, I can guarantee that.
Probably not a lot in this discipline that you would see at the racetrack.
No.
So I think she had both on there to give her some options. Again, green horse competition. Don't know how they're going to handle these environments, so there's nothing wrong with giving yourself options and see. I'm very big on ride the horse you have on that day. Showing great connection between horse. I guess it's not rider anymore. We've got handler. And shows such great connection when you can work at a distance like that and recall your horse from that far away, and how readily it came back to her.
And he wanted to come back.
Yes.
She sent him away, and he said, "Can I come back?"
Once you have that connection, sometimes this big environment makes it easier for them to want to come right back up to you. So you send them away, and they just magnet right back to you.
That's awesome.
What a good boy. You can see there's some cues in there. Looks like he thought he was supposed to be asked for the Spanish walk, where he's putting his leg out and pawing.
Let's hear it for Papa Al and Jody Bush. Also coming from Canada, like Allison McHattie, Jody Bush from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. We now have the scores in from Freestyle, sponsored by New Start, and we have a special award to hand out first. Many of the state racing organizations are recognizing the top horse bred in their state, and the top California bred horse award, sponsored by the Georgia B. Ritter Foundation in honor of After the Finish Line, awards a $2,500 cash prize to the highest placed Calbred. And this year, from the freestyle discipline, the winner of the top Calbred award goes to number 2195 Papa Al and Jody Bush. Also from this discipline, we have the top placed Arapahoe Park Horse Award, sponsored by Bally's Arapahoe Park, to the top finisher at the Thoroughbred Makeover for a horse that raced in Colorado at Bally's Arapahoe Park. And from the freestyle division, the class of 2021 ninth place finisher is the top placed Arapahoe Park horse, number 2136, Itty Bitty Quick as a Kitty, and Brittany Chisholm. The Thoroughbred Charities of America Award for this division will go to Spooky Island and Mary Roby. And the Best Conditioned Award, sponsored by Nina Bonney, awarded to Papa Al and Jody Bush. The top team was the team that was behind Spooky Island, the Coexist stables. And now we have the results of the top 10 finishers for freestyle, sponsored by New Start. In 10th place, number 2238, Shoulda Coulda Would, ridden by Mary Elena Moran. 9th place, number 2136, Itty Bitty Quick as a Kitty, and Brittany Chisholm. 8th place, number 2090, Full Moon Rising, and Marcia Hartford. In 7th place, number 2207, Princess Valentine and Amy Bowers. 6th place, number 2122, I'll Tell You Later, and Ann Hagee. In 5th place, number 2202, Pied and True, and Megan McNamara. In 4th place, number 2306, Wildwood Fury and Jasmine Slater, also the top finishing amateur pair. Third place, number 2124, Ice Coffee and Jimmy Wagner. Second place, as well as being our top junior rider, number 2130, Indica and Allison McHattie. And the winners of the class of 2021 at the Retired Racehorse Project Mega Makeover, sponsored by New Start, with a score of 191.0, number 2195, Papa Al and Jody Bush. And Jody, if you'd like to lead this group around the ring, you can run around in hand or at liberty, or take a nice jog and wave to the crowd that appreciated your routine so much.
Should I go grab Brittany's ribbon?
Yeah. And go run around.
Brittany